I just joined the temple in Berry Place in London by the British Museum. Maybe I was in the temple 2 or 3 months. I forgot what year it was, maybe 1971. And I was sitting down in the prasadam room in the basement. The basement is virtually under the deities. And the devotees were elsewhere, and maybe I was taking prasadam alone. I don't know why, but I was all alone on the prasadam room. And then there was a thump on the ceiling. A thump, like a... And it's difficult to describe what the feeling was. But everything went empty. It's like all my Krishna consciousness up to that point, just everything disappeared. I was like cold, like there was no more existence of God for a few seconds. And it was very weird, strange feeling, empty feeling. And then I heard devotees shouting and running. So I went upstairs, and they said, somebody attacked the deities. Some guy was in the temple room, and he ran on the altar and pushed Radha and Krishna over. So, I didn't fully understand what had happened. So they carried the broken Radha Krishna upstairs to Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada was not there. Prabhupada's room was empty. Then, and they put a picture of Radha and Krishna on the altar. So that was it, And the story went round that Radha and Krishna were being repainted or something. And the person that pushed the deities over was evidently a Christian. And Tribhuvanath, they beat him up.
Really?
On the street there. And he ran away. So then, Shamasunda approached me. He was the GBC and senior devotee. And he'd heard that I'd been to art college and I had a degree in sculpture. So he said, Nicholas, can you fix the deities? So he took me to Prabhupada's room, and there was Radha and Krishna, and the legs were broken, the arm was broken. Radharani was not so broken. Krishna was quite broken, quite a mess, So I said, yes, I could try. And I'll need a drill. I need a drill and some metal, to put inside the joint of the. He brought this. Shamasunda brought this they use it in marble flooring and everything. It's like special cement for fixing marble.
Okay.
So he brought that, and I think he could have done it himself, Shamasunda.
Yeah.
But he was engaging me, and we compared notes. How we had to drill holes and then put the splint inside the marble. So that was it. We did it. So if you look very carefully, usually the pujaris, they put some anklet around, so you can't see the crack. And on the arm also, the hand was broken.
Really?
Yeah.
What, completely come off or just cracked?
Yeah, broken.
Wow.
So I got the opportunity to fix the deities, although I was not initiated.
Wow.
And then I noticed that right around his finger, little finger I think, there was a chip. So I was asking, what is this chip? Because it didn't seem to be related to the breakage. And then the story came out that this Hindu gentleman, I don't know what his name was, Mr. Dixit, you know, they were arranging for the installation of Radha and Krishna, I think it was on Janmashtami, and there were no deities. Everyone was, where are the deities coming from? And even Prabhupada didn't know. And then Krishna got a telephone call, this Hindu gentleman rang up. You know, the story is told in many ways. But the reason why he gave the Radha and Krishna deities was of that chip on her finger.
Yeah. The story was inauspicious.
So what I did, I took some of this white epoxy resin, which you use for joining the marble together. It's epoxy, you know epoxy?
Yeah.
It's resin, white resin, used for marble. So I made it like, to cover up the chip, I made it like smooth to fill in the chip. But the resin is opaque, but the marble is translucent. You know, the light comes through the marble. So if you look carefully around his finger, you see this like little black
Yeah, so
chip, right? You've seen that?
yeah.
So that was my fault. I didn't know whether to leave it or not, but in the end I filled it in with this resin. That was a mistake or not?
No, it looks okay.
Maybe they put some powder on it every day to cover up, white powder or something.
No,
But you do the deity worship, yeah?
yeah, we do night dressing.
So you know that,
Yeah.
and you know the cracks.
Well,
You've
we've
seen-
seen it.
You've seen
Yeah, I
the
only notice, like I'm doing daily darshan photos upload for community members.
Yeah.
And then I saw, usually they put like tulsi leaves there, ankle bells. But sometimes one pujari don't do that, And I'm like, what's this crack? And then somebody sent us email as well. Said, oh, I noticed, Krishna's lotus feet had a crack. Can you fix it? What's going on there? So then I asked Sivat Prabhu just before Radhashtami. And he said, yeah, there was an attack and Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj fixed it. So forth. Wow, I never heard the story before. So
then-
I asked him.
Makonda was temple president actually, and he wrote to Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, I don't know the exact letter, I haven't read it, but it must be there. He said, well, how is it that, someone from outside could come and push over the Krishna as the Radha Londonisvara, the Supreme Personality of Godhead? And you know what Prabhupada said?
Wow.
In reply, he said, Radha and Krishna had already left when he attacked. He had already left because of your negligence.
Wow.
You're not protecting the deities. So Krishna had already left. At that time, that guy pushed him over. So he didn't actually push over Krishna. He's already left.
Wow. 'Cause that's how I was thinking.
And
We
then-
just started
And then Prabhupada said, told them to fix them. Fix the deities.
Yeah.
So that's when they called me.
That's right. And Krishna came back.
So that was Krishna's mercy, no?
Jai, very nice.
Mercy on me.
You brought them back.
Huh?
You brought them back.
Wow.
Yeah, what to do? I never thought of that as Prabhupada's instruction, but it was, because Prabhupada told them to fix them, fix the deities, and then Shambhasundar asked me to do it.
Yeah.
So it was Prabhupada's instruction. Amazing.
So you see, and you were saying earlier you didn't have the pastime with Prabhupada. This is an amazing pastime.
Yeah.
Instructions to fix the deities.
But the weirdest thing was, you know what the weirdest thing was? I was sitting alone in the prasadam room, and it was like, you know, I was feeling like I was devotee, and I'd become a devotee, and I was enthusiastic, and you know, I was a devotee, you know. And then all of a sudden, bang! And then everything went empty. It's like Krishna disappeared. Everything was just like cold, empty, fearful. It's a really not pleasant feeling. And then I went upstairs and Radha Krishna's been smashed. Yeah. So it just shows how the deity actually left. Prabhupada said Krishna had already left. That was an empty feeling.
Wow.
I felt something, Krishna's, everything empty all of a sudden. We can find those letters. Letters from Mukunda to Prabhupada, Prabhupada's reply. It's in those letters, you know.
Yeah, we should have them.
So it shows we have to protect it. We have to have these metal gate, you know, so the crazy guy come in and do that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't leave them unprotected. I heard in Nairobi temple there was a terrible occurrence. Mahavishnu, he's a black American devotee, Negro devotee, and he was in Nairobi temple. He's American. Must have been about 1972, 73, maybe like that. So there were deities, you know, in our temple.
Yeah.
Another person who was there was Mahakatu, my godbrother, and Mahavishnu, not Mahavishnu. Yeah, Mahavishnu. No, not Mahavishnu. Anyway, Maha something. And my godbrothers. They were in Nairobi. And all of a sudden these guys, black guys, robbers, came into the temple room with big boots on. About 3 or 4 of them. They come to raid the temple. They thought that the deities' decorations were real gold, real silver, real diamonds, everything, right? So what they did is they had bottles, beer bottles and other bottles in their hands. And they smashed the bottles on the floor. So there was glass everywhere. And devotees, they didn't know what to do because there's glass everywhere.
Wow.
Very frightening. And they had big boots on. So they just ran up to the deities and started to take everything off the deities. So they thought valuable.
Yeah.
And the pujari, he was a black devotee from America, another devotee, Mahavishnu. Anyway, he couldn't stand for it, so he started to fight with them. And they had these big machetes, these big
Machetes.
big knife.
Yeah.
So they cut his hand. And his hand was just hanging off by a piece of skin, you know. But he was struggling and shouting and fighting with them. He was very brave. And so they ran away, and then he took him to hospital, and they kind of joined his hand on. And it grew again.
Wow, that's
It
amazing.
grew back. Yeah. Yeah. So we should never keep valuable jewelry, Prabhupada told us. Don't keep valuable jewels on the deity at all, because it invites thieves, both externally and internally. Because the pujaris may also be short of money, and they may steal from the deities. What's the ETA now?